Good afternoon, Mr. Lewis. Could you please confirm that you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Thank you. So the purpose of this interview project is to gather data from professionals like yourself and then to analyze it with a view to publishing the results in a book, which might be named as 10 Lessons from 100 Interviews.
All right.
Thank you. I hope you're doing well and having a great day so far.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much for making yourself available for this interview. I really appreciate it. So, regarding this meeting, it will be in interview format and will take approximately 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay.
I hope it's okay with you. Yes?
That's fine with me, Aaron.
So, I will share my screen as and when required, and please consider that the questions that are asked, they will be on behalf of my age group, which is around 11 to 13 years old. So do you have any questions before we begin?
Right here.
No? Okay, cool. Thank you. So this is the agenda for today. It is mainly spread into 3 sections. In the first section, there'll be a set of questions asked, followed by a personality check, which is a fun activity and something for you to take away. And lastly, some suggestion and advice questions from you. So,
Bless you.
thank you. So I hope you're as excited as I am. So let's begin.
Okay.
Yes. So just to begin with, could you please briefly describe what your role is professionally?
Right. Well, I am retired, so I don't really have a role professionally anymore. But when I was working with your father, I worked on basically large petrol, oil and gas projects as in the design, creating 3-dimensional models. And my main role was the administrator of the CAD side, the computer-aided design side, which creates the 3-dimensional models.
Oh, thank you. I think that sounds like a very interesting job.
It was interesting. Lots of problems, but very interesting.
Thank you. So, do you like your job? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I did like it. It was interesting. As I said, it was the problem-solving bit was which is I like the most.
Okay. So, this is the problem solving that you liked. Nice, thanks. So now I'm very interested to know what your hobbies are.
My hobbies. Right. I suppose the main hobby I have as I've got older is I do a lot of walking in the countryside. We did a big walk yesterday in Derbyshire.
Good.
Near where you used to live.
Oh, wow.
Near Sheffield, but in the Peak District. If you look at that on the map, you'll see where it is. Your dad will show you. And it's walking for just the sake of it. Me and about 5 other friends. We're all the same age. So we did 2 mountains yesterday. One called Loose Hill and one called Win Hill in the Peak District in Derbyshire. It was very hot. One of my friends got quite ill. He got that's why I couldn't ring you yesterday, speak to you, because we got delayed coming back. But he's all right now. So walking, the main thing. I still like to train and go to the gym. I train a bit with weights.
Cool,
and I sit. Meditation. I like to do meditation. Not a hobby, but it's a personal thing. I think it's valuable for people to do. Where were you born, by the way?
Sheffield.
You were born in Sheffield, weren't you?
Yeah. Thank you.
I was born in India.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I was about 4 years old when we came back to England, so I don't remember too much about it.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Thank you. I think also walking stuff like that. It's very good. If it's like an exercise, you also feel good.
And it's very nice to walk in the fresh air and in woods. I like walking in woods a lot. There's a nice feeling walking in woods.
Definitely.
Maybe not at your age, I would hope so, but sometimes as you get older, you appreciate it more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you. So moving on to the next question. It's based on skills. So do you have a soft skill that you're very glad to have? Maybe like communication or teamwork.
Let me think. Yeah, I think I'm reasonable at communication. Teamwork, I tend to like to do a lot of things more on my own then. Well, I like to do it with other people, but I don't like to people tell me what to do, and I don't like to tell them. So maybe not teamwork so much. But I'm all right. I used to play football a lot, and that's teamwork.
Yeah, me too. I'm also playing football. So after dinner, I go and play out. So,
What's your team that you like best?
well, not really any team in
Oh,
particular.
good.
So yeah.
You just play. Okay. I'm sorry. You're asking the questions. I better shut up.
No, it's all right. You can ask.
All right. Okay.
So that's a skill that you have. So now I wonder if there's a skill that you really wished you had.
Yes, I wish I was more articulate when I speak to people. I
Hmm.
wish what I never did, and you've got the opportunity to do this, is and you're doing it now really, is getting up. I mean, you and your dad do those talking to groups and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a very good thing. And I never did that when I was younger. And so I didn't carry it on when I was older. So I'd always get too nervous when I get up and talk to a group of people. So that's one skill I wish I'd have.
So like more confidence and public speaking with a group.
Public speaking, yes, never done it, not been very good at it.
You
So,
should
yeah.
try Toastmasters.
Sorry?
Toastmasters. It's a good thing. You should
I
try.
will. Your dad sent me a link. I will. I will look at the link. I'll go into it.
It's
Yes.
good. It's actually very helpful.
Hmm. So
So my
that's a very good thing for you to do.
yeah. So the first time I did it, I think I might have won. I think first place, but think I was a little younger then. I might have been 10, 9-ish. But now then it's getting more of a competition because I did table topics. So
You did what?
table topics, which
Oh,
is
I see.
so you do it. Someone gives you the topic, you have to do it straight away. So,
Ah.
so you think so you go like So let's say the item's grass. Then you have to talk for it for around a minute. So then you can wait, and then the first word or posture you do like a physical action that will then start. Then the timer will start. You shouldn't do lower. You shouldn't do higher. Around middle is good.
So there was no preparation at all for that. You're just
No,
given a
no
topic.
preparation. Maybe
Right.
just
What
maybe
I'll do is I'll send you. Sorry, I'm interrupting. You say what you're saying first.
Thank you. So it's kind of well, we kind of do preparation, but you don't know the topic. So maybe we can prepare like, let's say the family members will help give random topics, maybe like Xbox, PC, grass, telephone. Then that's kind of like practicing, but then you have to think, this like that. Yeah.
Well, what I was going to suggest for you to listen to, and I'll do that later, and I'll send your dad the link. There's a program on Radio 4. It's actually the chap who did it died last year, but he's been doing it for so long. It's called Just a Minute, and you have two teams, and you're all given a subject. Well, no, there's three people on there. It's not two teams. Beg your pardon. You're given a subject, and you have to talk on it for a minute without repetition, hesitation, and it's well worth listening to because you can't say if you do that you stop and someone else gets the point, you see.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because then. So, and you also said no hesitation. You can stop like.
Yeah. It's funny. It's a comedy program, really, but
Yeah,
it's funny,
it
and I
was.
think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, like the people might go like, so they and everything that comes into their brain first, they'll just say it.
Yeah, and there's no deviation from the subject. If you stop, so it's no hesitation, no deviation, and no repetition. So you can't use the same word twice that you've used in a minute. So that makes it even harder.
Yeah.
But it's good fun. It's good fun to try and do it.
Yeah, like
I'll send you the link, and they'll be on radio BBC iPlayer on Radio 4. It's only like a 20-minute, half an hour program. It's well worth listening to if you enjoy doing what you're doing. Anyway, carry on.
Thank you. So now moving from skills to advice, has there been a time when you were given a piece of advice and you were very glad to have followed it? If so, could you please share me an advice that you've been given?
I'm sure there's been quite a bit that well, there's so many things.
Anything that you think that would have
never
helped
to
you
tell
grow?
lies.
Never tell lies, yes, definitely.
It's a simple thing, but I do exaggerate a bit when I'm saying things, but that's mainly for fun. I'll say to you, I've told you 1,000 times not to exaggerate.
And you're exaggerating while you're saying it.
That's the right. So stuff like that. There must be, Aaron. How do you spell your name, by the way? Is it Aryan?
Yes.
All right. I went to your christening, so I should remember that. Not your christening, when you were born. Your mum and dad had a bit of a celebration. Yes, so there must be loads of things. If I could think of them, I'd be clear on it. But I've got to say something like, there's very basic things in life that people think they're doing, but, don't lie, don't take anything that's not given. All right, the 5 precepts that the Buddha gave. Don't lie. Don't take anything that clouds the mind. That's drugs and alcohol. Just stuff like that, really. It's basic things that humans live by, but and they're not stead and fast rules. They're just suggestions not to do. So stuff like that. If I think of anything as we're talking, I'll bring it up.
Sure. Okay. So, otherwise, I think those are a very, very good piece of advice that you have. Thank you. So, now, moving on, this is still based on advice. So, has there been a piece of advice you've been given and you really wished you had followed it?
Yes. Stuff like sometimes stick with your instinct that you think if something's the right thing to do rather than listening to someone else. Because sometimes some things are the right way to go, but you follow it because you don't want to upset someone else's feelings.
Definitely. So you do something which it's wrong, but you do it so the other person doesn't get saddened.
Yeah, but later on, it'll come back, and really, you should have done you should have done that at the beginning. Well, you understand. You seem to understand from what you're saying. Something like that. Yes. I still make those mistakes though, and I'm 70.
Wow.
It's the point is you don't want to hurt other people's feelings.
So you do the thing, yeah.
When really it should be. And I'm not saying I do it all the time, but sometimes I still make that mistake. But
yeah, thank you. I think that's a very good
yeah.
You should try doing the correct thing.
Yeah.
But then just for making someone that yeah. Thank you. So, moving on, could you please, just before we move on to the personality check in the second section, could you please try to describe yourself with 3 words?
With 3 words.
Yes, please.
Wow. Old. Happy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty contented. Not completely, but reasonably.
Makes sense.
Is that good enough?
Yeah. Thank you. So, can you please tell me parts of your life why you would describe yourself with these words?
Because I am old and I don't pretend to be or try to be anything else. You know, you see people on the television who, and it's not just, it's younger people, obviously, but some older people do it. They'll have surgery on the skin and on the lips. And really, you're pretending to be something you're not. Grow old gracefully. Don't, and you know, it's, I mean, a lot of them do it because they're in show business and it's to do with acting and stuff, but they really look silly. Grow old gracefully. That's why I say that. And I'm reasonably contented because as I got older, I realized I don't need the things in life I thought I wanted when I was older. So there's a lot of things in life when you're young, everything's spread out in front of you, and you want to do it all, blah, 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 and you can't. And some of the things I've had the opportunity of doing when I'm older, I don't want to do now because there's a little bit of wisdom you get as you get older.
Definitely.
You should have 2 things in life, and one is compassion, but you must couple that with wisdom, because you can be a very compassionate person. And what if you look, this is the example. If you're a compassionate person and you love and help people, you could do it to the extent that you don't think of anything else. And before you know it, you've given all your money away. And now you're homeless, sort of thing. You've helped all the homeless. So, I mean, that's an extreme example, but you need a bit of wisdom to think, I can't give them all my money because, you know, if I don't accumulate a bit more, I won't be able to help other people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so it's a simple example, but it's just compassion and wisdom should go together.
So try not giving everything to the same person. If you do want to give things to the same person, or giving it, maybe try doing it with different people.
No, it's not just that. It's you can give to lots of people, not just one person. But what I'm saying is, if you give all of it, you've got nothing left for yourself. So there's a little bit of balance. I'm not saying be selfish, but be just have that bit of wisdom and intelligence to balance it. You can say, well, all right, if you help people and there's some people on the street who are hungry, you bring them to your house and you give them all your food and you've got none for yourself. So whatever people think, life, you have to give something for yourself. So you share it. Hey, what's happening there? Oh,
I had shared because now we're going to move on to the personality check. And if you ask me, I think it's probably the most fun part in this whole interview. So there aren't any right or wrong answers, and if you feel that there are any hard questions, feel free to skip them. So can you please put the following 5 animals in the order of your preference? So what you prefer first, please.
I don't know if I prefer any of them.
No, like which one you like most, going down to the one you like the least.
I really say I don't know if I prefer any of them. I see them all as other beings with equal rights. If you want me to put something down in case, all right, probably the tiger, because it's the most. I mean, I like tigers, but they're probably the most endangered species. Uh, Certainly a milking cow like that one is. They have lives that are just, that's all they're there for, to produce milk.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
go for that would go for the pigs as well, because they're just there for, say, the pigs next, then the sheep, because they're just animals that we all use. And the horse is the most free out of all of them, because they have lives. Well, people ride them for pleasure and stuff. So, all right, in that thing, tiger, pig, sheep, sorry, cow, tiger, cow, pig, sheep, horse.
Thank you. So now this each one that you've ordered it in, it will tell what your priorities are in your life. Yes. So because you said the tiger was first, so it's pride, followed by your job, then money, then love, and then your family.
What's that?
It's just something that I've created. So
Okay.
depending on the order you chose it on, that's what it comes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. So we'll move on to the next one. I think this one might be a little more interesting. So can you please tell like a word that will describe each one of the following, please?
Right. Happy for the dog.
Thank you.
For that cat, I would say that's cute. Now I see rats as nature's dustbin men, so I don't see them. See the drawing you've got there, it depicts a rat as something sort of horrible and evil. Our kindness, because you should show kindness to them.
Thank you.
And the sea, that's just beautiful.
Okay. So now this will tell you, this implies the word that you chose for each one. So because you
Your
yourself,
enemies, kindness.
yeah. Mm.
Well,
So
you should show kindness to your enemies, I think.
And then you for the C, it's your life.
All right. Very good.
The cat for your partner, and then happy, you're happy. Yeah. Thank you. We have now finished the second section of this interview, so we move on to the third one, which is the suggestion and advice section. So, from your personal experience, if you would like to give an advice to children, what advice do you think you should give to them that they should follow?
I should think probably doing what you're doing. Work hard. Keep yourself interested in as many things as possible. And then through that, something will come along that you'll find of particular interest. And to be successful, don't try and do 100 different things. Concentrate on a few. Because by trying to do too much, you expend a lot of energy on other things. And you can't do it all anyway.
Definitely. Thank you.
Okay.
So thank you for your answer. I think that's a very good one. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for all your answers. We have now completed the third section of this interview. Yeah. So just to conclude, could I please request you one thing that you've liked about this interview?
One thing that I've liked
Yes, please.
was talking to a very personable person.
Thank you.
You seem to have an older head on it, younger shoulders, which is a good thing.
Thank you. So it's like I'm going.
But don't get too big. That shouldn't make your head big when I say that.
Thank you. And just for the scope of improvement, if I were to change something in this, what do you think I should change?
What, an interview?
Yes, please.
The whole thing?
Anything.
I'd have to think about that, Erin. I think it seemed quite good to me. I'd have to think about it to give you points, but but on straight off the top of my head, I think it's fine.
you for your time today.
Okay.
As a token of our appreciation, I would like to present you with this certificate.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll print that out and put it on my wall.
Yeah, sure. I'll email it to you. Yeah.
Okay, do that. And I will send you that. I will send your dad that link, or you email that to me, and I'll send you the link to Just a Minute. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, sure. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
And you, check him out.